Hey guys, it's Kels back at it again with another video, another Friday night live. I promised you that each and every Friday night I would go live and show my face. So here I go, back at it again as promised. I see I win already in the building. Appreciate you for being here. It feels so good to see the familiar faces, as I always say. But you guys know the deal. What's the deal? Come on in, come on in, come on in. Let me know where you are watching from and what you are sipping on, especially if you are catching us live for week 36 of our Friday night kickbacks. And if you are a part of Replay Gang, it's all love. Drop your comments, your feedback, your thoughts in the comment section below this video, even afterwards, because you're part of Replay Gang. You know, we always learning from the collective wisdom of the It's Kels community around these parts. So whether you are catching us live or if you are catching us on the replay, it's all good. Yeah. So first things first, second things second. I am sipping on just some regular lemon water. You know, I start every morning with some lemon water, and I have a tendency to end the evening with lemon water as well. So I'm just gonna keep that because you know we got to keep the throat chakra lubricated around these parts. And yeah, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm sipping on. Now, what are we cheersing to today? Today we are gonna cheers to how to be an unstoppable force for what you want. And as you can probably imagine, that's what you guys voted for as your number one topic for tonight. So we're going to get into it. But before we get into it, we're going to do our toast. And we're going to do a little topic rundown. And then we're going to get into the thick of the thick. All right. So cheers to being an unstoppable force for our desires, for what we want, and how we're going to make it happen. Cheers. Clink, 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 clink. So, you know, you guys know I'm a stretch. I'm a stretch over here because I have my monitor here and I want to make sure that you can hear me and that you can see me and that we are indeed live. And we are. I'm seeing it's looking good on that end. Yes, perfect. We are looking good and we are ready to go. So, let me know how this week has been for you guys. I feel like it's been a pretty good week. I've had like sometimes when I'm sleeping, it's some real deep sleep. Like I'm in some real deep sleep going on, and I kind of wake up tired in the morning. That's kind of been how it's been for me this week. I'm not really sure how you guys have experienced it, but let me know in the comments or in your feedback what this week has felt like for y'all. To me, it's been pretty smooth, but it has been that deep, heavy sleep. So I feel like I don't know what's going on in dream world or dreamland, but I feel like there's some work being done. And you know, I'm here for it. You know, I'm always here for it. So let me know what you guys think, how your week has been going on. What else has been going on for this week? Oh, I've been making some progress on some projects that I have been dying to work on and just pour into and create for myself. Some passion projects that have been on my uh, list, my labor of love list for a while that I'm finally getting an opportunity to sink my teeth into. And that's been really, really exciting for me this week. And just looking forward to sharing with that with you guys in a little bit. And also been pulling together the vlog from my little cross country, little West Coast tour where I went from San Francisco to LA along the Pacific Highway to Arizona in the Grand Canyon, Southern Rim, to Santa Fe, Albuquerque, then to Santa Fe, New Mexico. Did a little southwestern tour of the United States with a really, really good friend of mine recently. And of course, the dog did vlog because you know the main focus of this channel was always travel, dating, level up lifestyle. And so we haven't gotten a lot of travel lately, but the dog did do a trip that I did vlog and I will be dropping soon. So look out for that content. Never did a road trip like that, and we got to do it this time, and it was amazing. I have to let you know. So look out for that content that's coming really, really soon. Focus on our kind of like roots on this channel, which is our travel content. Also, the passion project that I was talking about has a lot to do with travel and how encouraging you guys and our full audience to take that urge to travel seriously. And when you feel that, what it really means and how to step out and take the leap to actually follow that calling or that yearning that you might feel within yourself to travel. So I have a project wrapped around that I really think that you guys are going to really be feeling. Something really special is happening over here and you're going to want to be a part of it. And so I will keep you in the loop on when that's all dropping, when that's all coming together, because you're going to love it. Yeah, that's all that's to be said on that. You're going to love it. Okay, so that's a little housekeeping, a little background. Let's get into right at the top of the broadcast, 5 minutes in, let's get into the topic rundown. Because honestly, today, guys, I have to keep it a little bit lean, a little bit streamlined on what we're going to be talking about today, because I have a few things in the hopper, a few things cooking. Sis is in the kitchen cooking, the doll is in the kitchen cooking. And so I just need to be a little bit mindful of my time tonight, but I still, as promised, you guys are my priorities for Friday night, showing up 36 weeks consistent from the top of the year till now. And we have a plan to go all 52 weeks of the year. And we're more than halfway there. So y'all who are ride or dies, who've been with us since the beginning of these Friday night kickbacks, it's like y'all my good luck charm. I gotta say it. Y'all is like a good luck charm because we are more than halfway there. And we are definitely going to make our goal of going 52 weeks consistent for our Friday night kickbacks. And so for week 36, we just have to give a little cheers for the consistency. Clink, 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 clink. Yes. Me dropping water all over the place. That's a blessing. I count that as a blessing. Yeah. So, first things first, let's do the topic rundown. Let's go back and let me do the topic rundown. You guys know that each Friday Eve, aka every Thursday night, around 7 p.m. Eastern time or thereabouts, I drop 4 topic options. You get to tap one of the 4 to choose what we talk about on our Friday night kickbacks. And then on Friday night, we get into the things. 7 p.m. on time tonight. We get into the topics that you guys selected. And, we kind of talk about what we want to talk about. Sometimes I jot down a few little notes right before we go live. But for the most part, it's a full-on stream of consciousness. It's a full-on channeling. It's a full-on talking about what just comes up from the top of the dome into our conversations. And not only me speaking one way to you guys, but you guys chiming in the comments, chiming in the live chat, because we are learning from the collective wisdom of the It's Kels community. All right, collective. So you guys already know the new deal, but for the newbies in the building, we don't want the newbies to be confused. We don't want the newbies to feel like they don't know what's going on. So we always had to do a little housekeeping, a little rundown to let you know how our Friday night kickbacks pan out. You know what I mean? So now that you have the little background, we're going to hop on over to Instagram. And my Instagram is in the description, the show notes below below the video, to let you know how to hit me up on Instagram so that you could be able to vote on these Friday night kickbacks. And also just so you could see the day-to-day behind the scenes of what the dog gets into. Yeah. So let's hop on over to Instagram real quick and let's do the topic rundown. Topic rundown is we review the 4 topic options and I give you a little background on what we were thinking about when we put those as options for the kickback. And you guys know that these options, they come from either some conversation that I've had in my life this week or something that I've run into or something that I've seen or something just piqued my interest this week. And you guys know that we are our collective are connected. You know what I mean? And so whatever comes up in my week, I always feel like happens for you guys as well. So it always is so funny that I can put these options and then I get a whole bunch of feedback from you guys saying, man, I was feeling that same week, or that was perfect timing, or that's exactly what I've been going through this week. And that is no coincidence because we are a collective over here, right? So whenever we drop our 4 topic options, just best believe it's probably something that you are going through right now, had just finished going through, or just about to go through, right? So always connected as a collective. Yeah. So, all right. So let me hop over to Instagram and do the topic rundown, and then we'll get into the thick topic reveal and all of them things. Yeah. So, all right. So here we go. All right. So over on Instagram, four topic options. First topic option was how to let others shower you with nice things. How to let others shower you with nice things. That came in at 33% over on Instagram. That's our that's the second number one, the second option that you guys voted for. And how that came up is I was having a conversation with a girlfriend of mine, and she was talking about how she really needs to let people do nice things for her. Her dad and her brother were coming over to help her with something with her car. And, the conversation was like, good, great. Let them help you. Let them do what they do best. Like they are super duper mechanics. They work well together. Let them do them things. Let them shower you with that love. And the conversation kind of pivoted to like, yeah, I really need to let people do more stuff for me. And I'm like, yep. Yeah, especially if you're divine feminine, like you have to be comfortable allowing people to support you. You have to be comfortable allowing people to support you, and not just men, not just your husband or your father or your brother, but other women in your life, your cousins, your teachers, anybody who can offer support to you. Be open and willing to do that. You know how many women I see, they have boxes in their hands and you go to open the door and they're like, no, I got it. Or you go to ask them, can I help you with that? And they're like, no, 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 I got it. Not me, not Kels. Ask me if I need help with something. The answer is going to be yes. Kels, do you need? Yes. Kels, would you like? Yes. Kels, can I help you with? Yes, you can. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I don't turn down support. I love support. I love support from all the sources that is pouring onto me. So it was just that conversation, and that topic was just going to be a reminder of how to be comfortable allowing people to shower you with love, shower you with support, wherever it comes from whatever, through whichever avenues the support flows to you, being able to receive that comfortably. And I know a lot of us have a lot of problem with that. So that was going to be our topic for number one. Okay. That came in at 33%. Number two option was how to be an unstoppable force for what you want. How to be an unstoppable force for your desires. That came in at 50% over on Instagram. And so that was your number one option on Instagram. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We are going to talk about how to be the orchestrator of what you want in your life and how to make sure that happens for you. You know what I mean? And we'll get into the details on that. I got few little gems to sprinkle on that one for you guys. And of course, we're going to open up the floor to hear what you guys have to say about how you found yourself to be an unstoppable force in your life for your desires, bringing in your desires, manifesting, alchemizing, orchestrating your desires to come in your life, how to be an unstoppable force for that. Yeah. Number three option was how to be powerful without the covering of a man. Okay. So I know that seems to be a little bit conflicting because the first one was like, well, how do you let others serve you and how do you do nice things? And then the third one is like, well, how do you be powerful without the covering of a man? This came up because I noticed, and even in my own life, a lot of times women don't feel empowered to do what they want to do unless they are under the covering of their father or under the covering of their husband or under the covering of their boss, who is usually what? A man in most instances. And so it's almost like a lot of us don't feel that we can shine our light super bright. We don't feel that we can make decisions and step forward. We don't feel empowered to do what we genuinely want to do in our life. We don't even feel empowered to decide what we want, let alone step forward, unless we have some man shaking their head and giving us a thumbs up and saying, yes, you can do it. You see this a lot because a lot of the women that are the most visible are the ones that are married, but the single women seem to be very quiet and very, in the corner, as if they are not allowed to shine their light bright unless they have the stamp of approval of some sort of man. You know what I mean? And so I wanted to talk about that because, the doll is single. And this whole journey of our Friday night kickbacks had to do with me using my voice, using my voice. And this was a whole experiment on what if I decided to use my voice every single week to go live and to connect with the collective every single week. How would my life change? How would I feel empowered? How would I make the relationships in the community that I wanted to in this YouTube space? You know what I mean? And it was challenging to do. And there is a sense that maybe I shouldn't do it if you don't have the covering of a man. And so I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit and what that looks like in my life and the people around me and what you even see in the media, you know what I mean? And what that looks like, when it works out and what it looks like when it doesn't work out so well. Okay, that came in at 0%. Y'all ain't want to talk about that on Instagram, and that's okay. As I say, sometimes when these come back at 0%, I'm still gonna talk about them. I'm still gonna talk about it. Might not be this week though, but there's still a topic and there's still something to be said. So that's what number 3 option was. Now, number 4th option was why is being basic so appealing to the public? Why is being basic so appealing to the public? This is a kind of wording or finagling of the topic option we dropped last week after we watched the Young Miami Megan the Stallion interview. I love Young Miami. Megan the Stallion is cool, but sometimes I feel like they be playing up their basicness. Sometimes they be playing up their like I'm regular but notness, and it comes off as a little bit inauthentic. Yeah, I mean, it comes off as a little bit inauthentic. And I know some people think it's, oh, yeah, that's how they really are. You can't be that basic and get where they are. So it's kind of like hiding your school books in a pizza box just to be able to walk through the neighborhood. Why are we so comfortable downplaying our intellect, downplaying our light to make other people feel comfortable around us? I don't like that. I don't like that. And I think we're past that now. And I kind of wanted to talk about it. This week it came back at 17%. It didn't come back as number 1 or number 3 or anything like that this week. But I did want to bring that up again. Also, if you hear anything, the people them is working on the hot water heater in the doll's palace. So we're just going to have to talk over some of the noise that we're going to hear tonight, guys. Because, the priority is Friday night kickback. Come hook or crook. So I don't care. They fixing the hot water heater in the palace, and we're still gonna go live. Listen how loud that is. Lord have mercy, listen how loud that is, but we're still gonna keep going. All right. So those were the 4 options for our Friday night kickback. And of course, you guys said, as I said at the top of the broadcast, the number 1 was how to be an unstoppable force. An unstoppable force for what you want. That's our number 1 topic over on Instagram. All right. So what say you? What you guys feel about the topics this week? Which one did you vote for? I can see who votes for what. So let me know, double down on which one you voted for. And if you guys, if I see some connection between what y'all voted for and who actually shows up to our lives and watches our replays, I might be more apt to talk about the topics that you guys vote for, regardless if it came in number 1 or not. How about them apples? How about them apples? So let me know what you guys voted for. And yeah, I think that'll be cool to see. Yeah. Clink, 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 clink. H2O Timothy. Yeah. Okay. So I think we can jump over to YouTube now. Look at what you guys voted for over on YouTube, and then do a quick rundown over there. And then we'll get into the topic for tonight. Okay. All right. All right. So over on YouTube in the community tab, that's where we vote over on YouTube. If you guys are interested, it looked like it's 333. You guys know I love 333. It's tied 33, 33, 33 for the first 3 options. And the 4th one, why being basic is so appealing, had a big old goose egg. Okay. So 33% how to let others shower you with nice things. 33% how to be an unstoppable force for what you want. And 33% how to be powerful without the covering, the approval, the thumbs up from a man. Okay, so that all came to 33% each. So it's all tied up. So based on our number one on Instagram, we are going to get into tonight how to be an unstoppable force for what you want. All right. Yes. So I see a few of y'all watching. I don't see y'all chiming in the comments though, but that's quite okay. That's quite okay. Some weeks we are vocal and some weeks we are quiet, but regardless, the doll is here, consistent, per the usual. hmm Okay. So, so with that being said, the topic for tonight, how to be an unstoppable force for your desires, for what you want. What do we mean? Let's start here. What do we mean by an unstoppable force? What do we mean by an unstoppable force for what we want? When we're talking about an unstoppable force, we're talking about being the orchestrator, being the alchemist, being the designer, being the curator, being the creator, being the one in charge, being the one with the final say so, being the visionary, being the pioneer, headed towards what you want. The charioteer, moving, driving momentum, driving uh, um, power towards what you desire, what you want. That's what we mean when we say an unstoppable force, an unstoppable influence, a deciding factor, the force of nature, the one making the final decisions and the final say. That's what we mean when we say when we say unstoppable force, this force of nature that has the final say. So when we're saying, you know, how to be an unstoppable force for your desires, if you are this unstoppable force, what's the first thing that you have to decide? What's the first thing that you have to decide? You have to decide on what you want. How can you be this unstoppable force moving towards something, moving the forces and the momentum towards what you want, if you don't have a clear understanding and a clear decision on what you want, what you've decided? So, the first thing that you have to do when you want to be an unstoppable force for getting what you want for your desires is you have to decide on what you want. Now, that kind of seems like simple. That sounds like duh, but the truth of the matter is a lot of us have not decided on what we want. We kind of know, we maybe know, but we haven't fully given ourselves full permission to get what we want, what we desire. And sometimes it's not even get, to allow it to flow in. So you have to decide on what you want it to look like, what you want it to feel like, what you want it to be like. Decide on what you want first and foremost when you're going to be that unstoppable force for what you desire. First things first, you decide. Okay? So once you decide what you want, the second thing that I find that you always kind of have to do is you kind of have to deconstruct the old version of yourself, your old identity that doesn't have what you want, that is comfortable not having what you want. That person has to die. That person got to go. If you're comfortable, that person who was comfortable without what you wanted, that person who was scared to have what you wanted, that person who thought you weren't deserving of what you wanted, that old person who didn't have the capacity to receive what you wanted, they got to go. Them got to go. You got to deconstruct that old personality. You got to let that personality go. You got to let that version of yourself go so that once you decide what you want, you can allow it to come in. The old version of you who was comfortable, not having what you want, how they can't have what you want. So you have to get to the point where you let that person go so that what you decide can come in on a fresh slate, a fresh slate, a fresh playing field, not a playing field that is okay not having it or scared to have it, but a playing field, a personality, a new version of yourself who desires it, who wants it, who feels good with it, who knows exactly what it feels like, what it looks like, is excited to have it, expects it to come in, know exactly what they want, thrilled by it, okay in the waiting period, okay in the incubation period. That's the person that you have to be an unstoppable force for what you want. You have to first decide, then you have to let go of the old version of you who ain't have it, who was okay not having it, so that you can be the new version of yourself that is expecting it, that's excited for it to come in, that's ready for it, it's just ready. It's coming, that is certain. That is certain that is coming, that is being orchestrated on your behalf just because you decided that you wanted it. That's the new version of you that you have to step into to allow it to come in once you've decided, if you are planning on being an unstoppable force for what you want. Okay? Does that make sense? Y'all let me know if that makes sense. Now my bra strap showing. That's okay. I wanted my shoulders out tonight. And I felt like wearing orange. Okay, so that's the first things first. Decide. Second, first things first, decide. Second is deconstruct the old version of yourself, the old identity that no longer aligns with what you want. Because if it aligned, if the old version of you, think of it this way. Riddle me this. Riddle me this. If the old version of you aligned with what you wanted, you would have it already. If the old version of you was ready for what you wanted, it would have came in already. So just by the mere fact of you don't have something, that means you have some deconstructing to do. That's some identity shifting to do, letting go of the old version of you to do, letting go of the old comforts and things like that in order to make room for the new version of you that has what you want, that has what you desire. This might not make full sense to you. You might have to journal on this. You know, the gems, let me tell you about the gems over on the Iskels Collective. The gems is heavy over here. And sometimes you don't get it on the first pass. Sometimes you got to come back to this video and watch it a couple times and be like, oh, that's what she was talking about. This might not hit you till next week. You might wake up next week and say, oh, I'm comfortable not having XYZ. That's why I don't have it. Well, okay, I'm not comfortable with that anymore. I'm not comfortable with that, and that's unacceptable to me now. So let me get clear on what I want. Let me get clear on how it feels. Let me get clear that I've asked the divine for support with it. Let me get clear that I'm preparing. I'm ready to be ready to get what I want. Let me start moving in the direction of what I want, because I'm no longer comfortable. It's no longer acceptable for me not to have this. When you make that decision, that's when you become that unstoppable force, that chariot driving towards what you want, that force of nature. Yeah. That clarity, that decision, that letting go of the old, comfortable, not having it version and moving into the expectant, I want this, I'm clear, I deserve this, I'm working towards it version of the yourself that's going to align with what you want, your desire to come in. Yeah. Okay. So that's the first things that I kind of want you to talk about when we're talking about how to be. Y'all gonna have to hold a pause on the play. I got somebody at the front door. Okay. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right. There's no way to just keep the hot water off and turn the other one. Okay. I mean, I don't have a voice. what am I gonna say? No, working to the night. Like, I mean, the only thing. I mean, how much can John? Is John? I mean, can you? I mean, if you can come as early as possible tomorrow morning, that would be great. Okay. What number? 762-716-7006. And you're Sam? Um, yeah. All right. I'm sorry. And then what time are you going to come tomorrow? Yeah, I'll call you at 8. I don't know what the time is going on. Because I wasn't going to leave home all day. But I have 2 birthday parties to go to. Is there any way like I can eat in the garage? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can do that. I just don't know if y'all do that. Like if somebody's not home. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. It's just okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Thanks. No problem. All right. No problem. Oh my God, guys. Home ownership is fun, yeah? Okay. So, let me make sure this number is saved. Okay, cool. Hot water heater. Okay. Anyway, let me get my bearings back. Give me 1 second. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So we were talking about how to be an unstoppable force for your desires, an unstoppable force for what you want, how to be the chariot, how to be the driver, the momentum for what you want, so much so that it has no choice but to manifest. It has no choice but to come in for you, to materialize. Um, and what those steps look like. The first thing we talked about was deciding on what you want. A lot of people think that they have all these big desires, and they're they're so ethereal, they're so up in the clouds. You have to bring that down into, I want to say Malkut. You have to bring that down from the dreams into reality by deciding, by getting really focused and deciding on what you want, what that feels like, what that looks like, what the experience might be. Some of us, this is easier said than done. Some of us are visual kind of people that can really visualize very strongly on what you want. Some of us has to see it to know it. Some of us, you see it on television, or you see it in real life, or you see it in a magazine or a book, and when you see it, then you know that's what you want. But in any event, whether you're conjuring it up just from your own internal vision of what you want, or you see it and you relate to it and it feels good to you and that's what you want, however you do it, just get clearer on what you want. That's the first thing. Get clear on what you want. The second thing is let go of the old version of you that's comfortable not having it. Let go of the old version of you that's scared to have it, that doesn't have the capacity to hold a dream that big. And that all requires inner work. There's a lot of people here on YouTube, and there's a lot of, coaches and things like that can help you through your inner work journey. But the ability to let go of fear, to increase your capacity to hold your dreams, to feel deserving of enough of it, to align with it, all of that requires inner work to be able to do. to deconstruct that old identity, to let go of that old version of you and to step into the new version of you that aligns with what you want, that has what you want, that feels deserving, that feels expectant, can hold that much happiness and satisfaction in your life. That's who you're trying to move into, to be able to align with what you're conjuring up as this unstoppable force for your desire. Okay. The third thing I think I started to talk about was asking for divine support, asking God for what you want. It doesn't have to be the God outside of you. It doesn't have to be this big white bearded man outside of you. It can be the God within. It can be your higher self. It can be your source. It can be divine. It can be your ancestors. It can be nature. It could be Mother Nature. It could be the sun. Whoever you have in your life as your supreme being, your guiding light, your magnetic force of well-being in your life. Whoever, whatever that is, tap into them, connect with them, and ask them for support to move towards what you want. Ask your ancestors, ask your angels, ask your higher self, ask the divine, ask God, ask Jehovah, ask Muhammad, ask Buddha, ask Mother Teresa, ask whoever. Ask for divine support. And not only ask for it, be willing to receive it. Not only be willing to receive it, look for evidence of it in your life. Look for the evidence of the well-being. Look for the evidence of the support that you are receiving, particularly once you've asked for it. Ask for support. Ask for help. Be open to receiving it. Look for the evidence of it. Look for the evidence and the pattern of well-being in your life. Look at all the times that it's worked out for you. Look at the patterns. Look back through your life. Look at the patterns. It has always worked out. It has always worked out for you. Look, ask for the support. Look for the evidence of it. Okay? Okay? The other thing is, after you've asked for the support now, okay, the other thing that you can kind of think about when you're trying to be this unstoppable force for what you want, for your desires, this chariot, this alchemist, this orchestrator, this magnetic, attractive being for what you want. The other thing that I want y'all to think about, because I see people do this all the time, men do it, men do it, but when women do it, I'm like it gets a little bit under my skin. And it is not letting things be easy. Not letting things be easy. Okay? Let it be easy. Ask for the support. Be focused on what you want, but don't have in your mind, let go of the mindset. Let go of the perspective. Let go of the belief that it should be hard. What if it was easy? What if there were no burdens? Let me look at the title. There was something that I was watching on YouTube today that I absolutely loved, and the title was, what if money and life wasn't a burden? What if getting what you want wasn't a burden? What if it was easy? What if it was fun? What if it was exciting? What if it was thrilling? What if this idea or this concept that life should be hard, life should be a hustle, life should be grind, anything you want, no pain, no gain? What if all that was bullshit? Just what if? What if? What if it should be easy? What if it should be fun? What if it should be life? What if it was our decision whether or not it was hard or easy? What if it was our decision whether or not to allow ease? Allow ease? What if it was simply our decision to ask for it to be easy and then allow it to be easy? What if? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? What if? Let it be easy. I think the sweet spot that I'm working on for me is, I'm going to say a trilogy. I'm going to say a trilogy. And it is focusing on what I want, to be in the zone, focus on what it is, my desire, with ease, letting it be easy, allowing it to be easy, and still excited, anticipatory, thrilled about it. That would be I feel like that would be my trilogy sweet spot. How can I be in the zone, focused, asking for divine support, asking for God to show me, teach me, walk me through how I could be focused on it, because the focus on it, the creating it, the focus on it is fun. The being the clear channel for it, being the clear channel for it is that focus is fun. But yet not being tense or feeling that if it doesn't come out exactly how I want it, then it's an indictment on who I am, or indictment on my intellect, or if it doesn't make exactly the amount of money that it should, oh my God, without putting that pressure, that force, or that perfectionist on it, letting all of that go and letting it be easy, letting it flow, and having fun with it. Having fun with it. Having fun with it, letting it be fun, letting it be thrilling, letting it be pleasurable. Yeah, that will be my trilogy. Focus, fun, ease. What y'all think about that? If I had to cook it up, that's what I would cook up. That's what I cook up. You know what I mean? In terms of being an unstoppable force for what I want. An unstoppable force for what I want. The orchestrator, the alchemist, the head chef, the creator. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. So, letting it be easy. Okay. I think the final thing on how to be an unstoppable force for what I want, for what I desire, I think the final thing might be deciding with my heart instead of my head or my intellect. I think a lot of us have a very over reliance on what our mind is telling us. And the truth of the matter is that your mind thinks a lot of different thoughts all the time. It's always ta 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 ta, especially if you don't meditate. Now, if you do meditate, I can't imagine not meditating, because if you do meditate, your mind still is ta 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 ta, talking all the talk. So imagine if you don't meditate at all. But I would say letting your heart decide what you want and being that lead charioteer as you're the unstoppable force. The reason why I say that is because I've seen a couple of YouTubers talk about this. And by a couple, I mean one. I just really relate to what she's saying. I've just seen her talk about it a couple of times. But they talk about, oh no, actually it's two. It's two. I lied. There's two. But I've seen them talk about the difference between allowing your heart to take the lead and only letting your mind try to take the lead. Because what happens with your mind is that when you let only your mind take the lead, it acts as if it's the only one that's here to support you. It's the only one that can get it done. And I feel like it puts that pressure. It takes away that trilogy that I talk about, that fun and that ease. I feel like when you only rely on your mind, it takes away the fun and the ease, and it only leaves the focus in that trilogy. You know what I mean? And I want that ease and I want that fun. And in order to bring in that ease and that fun into that kind of mixture of how to be this unstoppable force, you need your heart. You need your connection to the divine, and your heart is your connection to the divine, because that's the only way that you're going to recognize that the support that you actually have, that you are not the only, that your mind is not the only thing working on your behalf. There are divine forces working on your behalf as well, especially if you did the earlier step of actually ask for divine intervention, actually ask God to step in, actually ask your higher self to step in, actually ask who the source, or magnetic force of well-being, whatever you believe it is. If you've actually asked them to step in on your behalf, you're allowing the support, you're looking forward to the support, you like the support, you love to be supported, you want their attention, you want their help, then you have to let your mind cool down a little bit and open up your heart a little bit more so that you can actually receive and understand what they're saying, because divine support comes in through your heart. You feel that through your heart. You can't feel that through your mind. And so if I want that trilogy, if I want that ease, fun, and focus, when I'm creating, when I'm alchemizing, when I am orchestrating, when I'm being the charioteer for my force of nature, if I want those things, then I have to let my heart bloom, open, be open to those things so that you can actually sense them when they're present, so that you can actually receive them when they're present. Otherwise, your mind kind of clenches up and feels like it's the only thing that can make it happen for you. And it's not. It's just one tool in your toolbox. It's just one, your mind is just one tool in your toolbox. It is not the only thing that can make things happen for you. And so if you can cool it down and relax it a little bit and allow your mind to be a little bit more peaceful, let your heart take a little bit more of the lead, you're going to be able to pick up on the cues of that support and that path of least resistance, as you are this unstoppable force for what you want. You're trying to find the next step that can move you in the direction of where you want to go. You can be unstoppable and force your way through, yeah, or you can be unstoppable and flow your way through. I'm trying to flow. I'm trying to be soft life, ease and flow. I don't know what y'all trying to do. Like, I know at one time we all wanted to be hustle, hustle real. I know at one time we all wanted to do that. But is that necessary? Is that 100% necessary? I'm trying to be unstoppable flow, not unstoppable force. Santi in the building. It feels so good to have the familiar faces in the building. I win in the building. It feels so good to have the familiar faces in the building. Smash, smash, smash that like button. Smash, smash, smash that like button. I so appreciate it. It's a free and easy way to support the content, to support the channel, to support the doll, you know what I mean? And if you like this content, not only does it help our channel, but if you like content similar to this, it helps the other YouTubers who have similar content. Even though I don't really see a lot of people have the similar content as me, but sometimes it's unique, as Beyonce said over here, okay? So what say you guys? Do you guys have any thoughts on this? We're talking about how to be an unstoppable force for your desires, how to be in that unstoppable flow, in that soft life, with that focus, that fun, and that ease, moving towards what we want, manifesting, alchemizing, conjuring up what we want. From the decisions, from the letting go of the old versions of ourselves, for asking for support, being open to receiving that support, looking for evidence of that support and that well-being. What else? Letting go of fear and leading with our heart and letting our mind chill out. You know what? Sometimes your mind be a whole secret hater. You know that? What if I told you your mind was a whole secret hater, be sabotaging everything you try to do, be scared, trembling, making you scared to do everything, making you so indecisive you can't even decide what you want. Your mind is there trying to juggle a million things like your mind is the only tool in your toolbox. Your mind is not the only tool in the toolbox. In fact, your mind might be a whole hammer and you got a screw. Your goal is a screw and your mind is a hammer. It don't work that way. You need a screwdriver, babe. You need another tool. You need another tool. Of course, a hammer could beat in a screw, but why would you beat in a screw when you can just get a screwdriver and ease that bad boy in? How about them apples? How about them apples? How about I want to ease it in and still accomplish the same thing? Let me pick from another tool. Let me pick another tool out the toolbox. Actually, I don't want to use my mind. My mind is a hammer. I want to use my heart. It's a screwdriver. And my goal right now is a screw. So I'm gonna go ahead and let my heart lead and screw it in. How about them apples? I think that's an analogy that we can think about and use in our daily life and be like, okay, not always a hammer, not always our mind making all the decisions and trying to drive and making us anxious, fearful, indecisive, and scared, thinking that it's the only thing that can get us there. How about we pull from our other tools in our toolbox? How about we ask for divine support? How about we open up our heart and listen for divine direction from our heart so we know what inspired actions to take as we are on that path to getting what we want? Unstoppable flow, not always unstoppable force, unstoppable flow. I do these videos so you know you're not out here alone in this sometimes crazy living, loving, dating, leveling up, ascending world. If this is your first time here, I'd love to have you subscribe. And if you're an oldie but a goodie like Cynthia, like I win, like the people them in the live, I appreciate you for being here. You guys know it's all love. This is week 36 of our Friday night kickbacks. Next week we are on to week 37, consistent. On our way, more than halfway to our week 52 of our Friday night kickbacks. That was the goal. That was the experiment from the top of the year, to be able to show up for the community, for the collective wisdom of the It's Kels community, to use our voice, to lubricate that throat chakra, you know what I mean? And to let our light shine. What would our life look like in a year if we did that consistently? What would our life look like? I told you guys at the top of the broadcast it was going to be a short one tonight. We're already 52 minutes in. So with that being said, I feel like we dropped some gems heavy. You may have to come back and rewatch this one next week. It may be more relevant for you next week or the week after that. Or it may be super relevant for you right now. But in any event, I feel like we all kind of need the same things at the same time. We're kind of all going through the same things. So I felt like this week we needed to talk about how to be an unstoppable force for what we want in our life. And we've come to the conclusion there's not all the time force. Sometimes it's flow. Sometimes it's unstoppable flow. With that being said, I want to say good night, guys. I appreciate you for being here. Be on the lookout for the projects that we are going to be dropping soon. Love your support on that. Well wishes on that even before, as they are in the incubation stage, as the doll is pregnant with the ideas, asking for your well wishes in the gestational stage of the projects that we are getting ready to drop. They're going to be travel focused, because you guys know that the legacy of this channel is a travel channel and how important travel is into our level up and our development. So look out for that. All right. With that being said, good night, guys. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Cynthia in the building. Bye, guys.